There are times when you may not understand why the Lord allows certain things to happen, why He may allow rejection to come, why He may allow some people to fall away from your life. But I want you to understand that sometimes you just have to trust that it's not to hurt you, it's not to bring frustration, hopelessness, fear, any of those emotions, and certainly not so that you're just experiencing rejection for the sake of being rejected. Sometimes rejection is redirection. Let me explain what I mean. I remember some years ago, quite a few years ago, I had a circumstance where a friend, a best friend at that time, and I were no longer friends. We had a falling out, and I couldn't really understand why and how that was where we were when we had been so close. And in the middle of all of this, my family and I were contemplating relocating. And the Lord allowed me to see and understand that if I had remained in that friendship, then the weight of that person's approval, the weight of their acceptance would have carried more for me than his voice. I mean, it was like a Jonathan and David kind of friendship. And when he revealed that to me, that that's where I was, I had to just accept that and thank the Lord that He didn't allow me to continue in that way. You may have been in a place where you have not been celebrated, when you've not been appreciated, where you've just totally felt rejected. But I want you to understand that sometimes when you get on the other side of it and you look back, you can see how the Lord kept you from some things that would have been the result if you had stayed. I've been there. I've been in that situation, and I completely understand. And on the other side of it, I've been so grateful that God could see further than I could see. He could see things that were to come, that not necessarily that those things would have been bad things, but they weren't for me or weren't for the benefit of myself and my family. And I can only be grateful that that I followed His directions and that things weren't in the place that they could have been had I stayed. I hope you understand and get the point that I'm making. But just don't be so disheartened by the rejection and the lack of celebration. God is redirecting you through that rejection and taking you to a place where His will can entirely and fully be realized in your life. So just be encouraged today. Don't despise the process. Embrace it and move with the moving of God, because He's got His hand on you. He's taking you somewhere that even though you can't see it right now, it is for your benefit and it's going to be for His glory. Be encouraged.